top 10 centers in the NBA. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this list took me a long ass time because, bro, the criteria for centers, well, really, to be fair, the criteria for a lot of positions, it changes. Point guards, you gotta look at how much are they really a point guard? You know what I mean? Like, do they get assists? Do they run? How well do they run an offense? Um, Shooting guards, like how much, like are they? How good of a scorer are they? You know what I mean? Small forward, power forward, how much of an all-around talent are they? You know what I mean? Onto the center. And traditionally, what do you look for top five? Top five, number five. You look for rebounds. You look for blocks. You look for, I don't know, how well they can dunk. You know what I mean? Like, that's how traditional Moses Malone as Shaq, some of the greatest centers that we view in our history. That's how we judge just interior dominance. But the game's changed, and that's just what makes this list so hard to rank. And it's funny because, like, from my point guards list, like I came in this bitch hella confident, but now with this centers list got me scared, bro. Like, I'm just like, I just want to be done with this shit because this shit's tough. But fuck it, bro. Without further ado, honorable mentions. And I have two honorable mentions, but like they're kind of the same level for me. So Steven Adams and Clint Capella, fucking Aquaman head ass, and fucking big ass Dennis Schroeder. I don't know. I think that's the best nickname for him. Big ass Schroeder. But yeah, so Steven Adams, big as hell, strong as hell, probably the strongest man in the NBA. From New Zealand. Shit, I'm sure he probably played rugby. But imagine Steven Adams, fucking 7 foot, 270, playing rugby. Bro, I need like a sledgehammer to bring his ass down. I just gotta break that nigga's kneecaps. Like, nobody's bringing him down. You just gotta die for the knees. Hope you don't get concussed. Like, anyway, I think Steven Adams is now the longest tenured Thunder. So look at that. Literally, he's the face of the Thunder now. So shout out Steven Adams. I mean, well, I don't really know what else I can say about Steven Adams. Does his job, 11 points, like 10 boards, great interior presence, knows his role, does it well, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Big man is like, it's so boring to like rank big man because it's like, oh yeah, they run the floor, they score when they're 2 feet from the basket and they're like 8 feet tall, so it's like easy. Yeah, and they're all terrible free throw shooters. Yeah, they're like, it's all the same shit with these motherfuckers. But yeah, like for me, Clint Capella, I guess a little more athletic. Grabs a little more rebounds, but he also plays like 5-6 more minutes. And Clint Capella is kind of tough. He has that kind of like that dark cloud over his head because of how he left OKC. Houston is I really hate to see what happened to that motherfucker. Westbrook got his ass out of there. Which we could talk about, because stylistically, pre-Westbrook, it worked. Because they're 5-out ass. Capella could just sit in the block. Harden either going to take a fucking step back 30-footer, which, those rebounds can go anywhere. So Capella has just as good of a chance as anybody to get that. Or Harden's going to drive. Center steps up. Either floater or lob, it's there every single time. But with Westbrook had a problem because Westbrook wasn't really spacing the floor effectively. And so when Westbrook had the ball, he needed to get to the rim, and Westbrook attacks the rim viciously. So it's just a lot harder for Westbrook with Capella on the floor. So he got his ass out of there. Hate to see it, honestly, but it is what it is. On to my top 10. So we got LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge, motherfucker. He's like 35 years old. Solid pro. He's been on the Spurs now for like a couple years. And what can we say about LaMarcus? Has an unstoppable post fade. What else? He's been averaging 20 his whole life. He's probably gonna average 20 for the next 5 more years. He's been very durable, man. You gotta listen. The Spurs know how to run their players. He's played over 70 games every single year he's been on San Antonio, man. They're a factory, bro. They just get these players out and get the most out of them. It's kind of scary, bro. Listen, Aldridge isn't the rebounder of the last two. He's never really been a dominant rebounder. Part of that is he's been a power forward for the most part of his career. He hasn't really, ever since probably maybe even excluding the last couple years of when he was on the Blazers, when he was getting 10, 11 boards a game. He hasn't really been like that. And so, I mean, for me, like I said, bro, it's tough. It's tough to rank these guys, man. When you have a player like Aldridge who's averaging 19, shooting 39% from 3, just really provides a lot of versatility to an offense, and it's really valuable. And to see him do it at age 35 is really cool, incredible. Shout out LA. On to number 9, we have DeAndre Ayton. Man's in year 2 got busted for some weed. Unfortunately, he's not a football player, because then, he'd be valid. But I think he got suspended like 30 games. But even with that, man, DeAndre Ayton, when I see DeAndre, the first thing I think of is energy. He brings the energy. You can tell when he plays that he loves the game. Right now he's averaging 19 with 12 boards. Defensive demon. Got a bit of a midi. He kind of got his mid-range jump shot. I look forward to seeing him develop that over the next couple of years. Kid's 21, bro. This kid has such a bright future. Hopefully he stays on the right track. Hopefully the NBA lets him smoke his weed. We'll see what happens with that. He's in a good situation. He's in a great situation in Phoenix. He got D-Book. He got Oubre. He's gonna get his touches, man. And that's a very nice, solid young core that they're gonna be interesting to watch for sure in the next couple of years. Hopefully they can add one more great piece. They just need one more great piece. Maybe a really good point guard or a dominant scoring wing, and or just like a great two-way wing. Honestly, they just need a two-way wing, and they'll be valid. But yeah, they started off really hot this season. You remember when they were like 8-1 or 7-1 or some shit, and that was without DeAndre too. But let's move on to number 8. All right, Nikola Vucevic. So here's the thing with players like Vucevic, right? Doesn't have the accolades, doesn't get the praise, right, that he deserves. I mean, this man has literally carried. I mean, you can say, Justin, how is he carrying a team? Like, listen, you can still carry a team even if they aren't successful. Okay, that's just facts. All right, like, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier. As a center, right, what do you value? Is it the defense? Is it the offense? Is it a combination of both? But there's you gotta go deeper. Like Vucevic, he's so relied upon to score on offense. And it's not saying to say that he's like, oh, he has the capability that he could jump out the gym. But he has to exert so much energy on the offensive end that it does take away from the defense and the amount of energy he could on the defensive end, man. It's just he's not surrounded by the talent. You know what I mean? And but you gotta respect this man and respect what he's done for that franchise that has done very little, if at all, to really help him. But that's why I have him at my number 8. On to my number 7. We have, okay, interesting. We have a man who doesn't even start. Yes, sir. I have a bench player as my number 10, 9, 8, 7 center in the league. And I was close to even putting him at 6. I really was. And honestly, I have no doubt this guy is going to be top 5 soon. Sure. And he's 6'7". This man is just I talked about Deion Ayton's energy. This man brings energy. He brings the fire. He brings everything he got on the floor, playing 28 minutes per game. Played all 82 last year. He's played almost every game this year. And he doesn't even start. He started 2 games this year, man. I'm talking about Montrez. He's 6'7", guys, and he is a demon in the paint, man. Like I like watching this guy play. He's an anchor on defense. I mean, realistically, they need him. They don't have any of. They have Zubac, and for me, Zubac is still a little goofy, still a little unpolished. And this man at 6'7" gives them all of the interior defense that they need. And he's fun to watch, and I can't wait because he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get his contract. And you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but he used to play on the Rockets, man. And the Rockets, in the limited minutes that he played, he would be flashing around the screen, running left and right. Yeah, listen, I'm really high on Montrez. Dope ass player, but I gotta give respect to the number 6, and it's tough. He's not in the top 5 because he's done a lot, but this motherfucker started coronavirus and shit. We got Rudy Gobert, aka the Stifle Tower, aka the Corona creator. The fuck? Listen, Rudy Gobert has all the accolades. All-stars, blocks champ, all defensive player of the years, all NBAs. Like, you can't knock anything out away from this guy. This man just blocks everything, dunks everything, grabs every board. And like, as I mentioned in the beginning, like, how are we judging these centers, man? And by that criteria, by the traditional center, he's maybe the best at all of those things. When you look at blocking every shot, the propensity to do that, the propensity that when they get the ball under the rim, are they finishing? Are they going to put that up and finish? The propensity to grab a rebound and are they're going to secure that rebound. When you look at those 3 boxes, not looking at anything else, he very probably is the best center in the NBA just based off those things. There's not many centers that can do that better, if any, bro. And listen, he's my number 6. They have such a great team. They're such a great defensive team. They're coached very well. And listen, Gobert's been locked down for them for years, and I can see him doing it for another 5 years, which is gonna be super duper dope to watch, man. So shout out Gobert.